The following portion of Ozarks Fox AM is sponsored by Kia.
Have you been thinking of making the switch to an electric vehicle? Well, here to guide us on what to look for and what factors we should consider when making the switch is James Bell, an automotive authority and head of corporate communications with Kia America. Good morning, James. It's so great to have you.
Oh, thank you. Talking cars is my favorite thing to do.
Yes, well, speaking of cars, there are so many options available. So what should consumers consider when buying a new vehicle?
I think you really need to take a good hard look at how you're actually going to use it. There's something funny about the American car buying psyche. We're always caught up in having more than we actually need. That third row of seats that never get used, the bigger engine, the more powerful stereo, all these different little factors, which, let's be fair, dealers are very good at selling us. But what do you really, really need? And I think what most people recognize is that their vehicle is sitting most of the time. They're not driving 200 miles a day unless they're, have a long commute or going to see family often. So therefore, probably an electrified vehicle is a better move because again, most of the time you're just kind of commuting around town, picking the kids up at school, going to the grocery store, those little life things. That's where when you really analyze your personal vehicle usage, electric car or electrified vehicle is probably your best choice.
Okay, so can you explain some of the differences between like ICE hybrid, plug-in hybrid, and all-electric models and modes?
Sure. Yeah, so super simple. We'll start with hybrid. That has a small battery on board, so it runs the engine maybe half the time. It's always there. The engine's always ready to kick on if needed. If you're accelerating onto a freeway, maybe the battery needs a little more power, so it'll run as a generator and fill that battery back up. But again, probably half the time, you're just scooting around silently, just full electric. A plug-in hybrid is the same idea, but it has a kind of a mid-sized battery pack also on board that you can charge up overnight at your house, just like you do your cell phone. Takes about 8 hours on a 110 outlet. And then the next morning you drive maybe 40, 45 miles full electric. And then when you hit that mile 46, the gasoline powered hybrid engine kicks on automatically. So you've got that best of both worlds, I guess you could say. And then the last option, which is actually growing in popularity and will be the future, is full electric. So these are vehicles that don't have a gas tank, don't have an exhaust pipe. There's no oil changes. It's just a full electric vehicle that can now run with many of the vehicles on the market, especially from Kia, over 300 miles on a charge.
Wow, that last option sounds amazing. So for consumers, how can they ease into electrification?
I think the best way to look at it is, again, if you really analyze your use case. I think about my wife. She drives maybe 5 miles a day at the most. So on a full electric vehicle would be perfect for her. She would obviously never go to the gas station again, be very efficient just running around town. Myself, I've got a little bit longer commute, so probably a plug-in hybrid would be best. I'd be able to drive to and from the office in full electric mode for a vast majority of the time, but I've got that backup of that gasoline powered hybrid engine if need be. And if you're more of a road warrior, then probably the full hybrid electric option is the best move because then you have that full flexibility to use and drive anywhere you need to go.
All right, can you quickly give us some important features you should look for in electrified models?
I think it's really about range. It's about design. Many electrified vehicles, because you don't have a gasoline-powered engine in the front, you can offer some really interesting designs. So this is a chance to really kind of personalize yourself and make your statement to the world of how cool you are.
All right, and if our viewers want some more information on all this great electrification you talked about today, where can they go for that?
Oh, that's easy. Please go to kia.com. We've got a special section there on the website, lets you plug in your parameters and find that best electric vehicle.
Awesome. Thank you so much for your time this morning and all the great information. We look forward to talking to you again.
Thank you.
The preceding portion of Ozarks Fox AM was sponsored by Kia.